Hello everyone, and welcome to a very special video edition of the Nickscast as we bring you our Friday night con report from Anime North 2016, May the 27th, now 28th probably. It is late.
Yep.
But we did some stuff today.
Boy, howdy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're trying a new thing here. We're actually recording off of my phone instead of my webcam, so you're welcome, Internet. Or it's all my fault, Internet. One or the other. I don't care. We're doing this
The point
anyway.
is change.
Change is always good. Yeah, quite a day that we had. I mean, I'll be completely honest, and that I definitely took it easy today because there was just a lot to do. We had a big bunch of people together. So, I had to wait until everybody was here. But something that I have never done is that today I was on 2 panels, one of which I was moderating.
Hey.
Yeah. So Z and I did one on fan networking.
Yeah.
And the 3 of us did one on podcasting.
Yeah.
That's right. My first panel ever.
And
Yeah.
I did nothing.
you were here for moral support.
You were supporting
Moral
everyone.
support. One of these days.
So I mean, in fan networking, we gave people the opportunity to meet each other and talk to each other, and gave people some tips and tricks on networking. And actually, that went very surprisingly well.
Yeah.
There were so many people who were in game development.
Yeah. I remember the first time that panel ran, it seemed like most people were either artists or writers. So it's kind of
And
curious
now
to
it's
see
just
that,
moved
that change.
entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sign of the times, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
And then later we did the one on podcasting, which was giving people a chance to understand, what goes into a podcast and how they can start their own. Spoiler alert, doesn't take very much.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
And you know what? If it was in a reasonably sized room, it would have been a good turnout. But we're in that giant ballroom, so it looked really sparse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same count as the first first panel, though.
I think any panel, even at this con, would have a hard time filling that room. Let's be fair.
Yeah. Honestly, the YouTube panel a few years back now was run in a room of about the same size, and I think they maybe filled a third of it.
Wow.
It was the other ballroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just glad there were people interested. Thank you to everyone watching this who also came out.
Yes.
Was interested in podcasting. I'm glad to see that people are. I expected that we had already missed the boat on the podcast wave, but there's people out there who are interested. So I'm interested in serial podcasting, like drama.
Yeah, that was really cool having them there.
Because there's Night Vale and a couple other ones that are doing that now.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I don't have a lot of experience in serialized podcasts. Didn't realize that was such a big thing.
But it's like the old radio serials, right?
Yeah.
If podcasts are radio.
Yeah, you're telling a story over the course of many, many weeks, or maybe it's just a recurring character who has a different adventure every week.
Yeah. So it's interesting to see what people were interested in hearing about.
Yeah.
By going to the podcast panel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, go ahead.
I was just going to say that's the stuff that we've done. We were on these panels, but is that all we did tonight?
Well, I missed the Shinto panel, and I also missed what is it?
Black Folks Like Anime 2.
Black Folks Like Anime 2. I missed How Do I Life? Is that what it was?
Yep.
How Do I Life?
Yep.
I missed.
We missed.
I missed otakuism and fetishism, but I mean, I missed that because I knew we were probably going to be doing this, this video log, this con report. So that one I knew missed consciously.
Yeah, I was all set to go to Black Folks Like Anime 2, and I realized by the time we finished the podcast panel, I hadn't eaten in 8 hours.
Yeah.
So it's just that became all consuming.
Friday's an odd one for stuff like that.
Yeah, it can be really hard to structure because you're just jumping into the con.
I think you guys have done, for a Friday, you've done about as much as you normally do, right?
A couple panels.
I say we sometimes do a little bit more. The difference today is probably that usually we spend more time in the dealer's room.
Yeah.
And instead of being on 2 panels, we've attended 2 panels.
Fair enough. I for me personally, I feel like I've done nothing today. Now, that is in part due to the fact that I showed up later than I normally might, but I mean, literally, I've had the opportunity to sit in on only one of your panels, unfortunately, not the earliest of the two. And yeah, I pretty much just ate and walked around.
Got to see a lot of cosplay, right?
It's okay to take Friday easy. Like,
Yeah. I just be like, well, it's 20 minutes after 1 for the people watching the stream, and in actual fact, the Friday night
literally
continues.
pull back the curtain.
Do
No, I'm
watching
kidding. No, it's just a joke. It's like,
But we're 20 after 1 in the morning right now as we record, and there is still as much as 4 hours of activities going on, which is really just viewing stuff. But I mean, there's plenty of con to be experienced for a Friday night.
Yeah.
But I think we can all say we're pretty much wiped out.
I feel like I've got to be up at 10. I've got to be up before 10 because I have a panel to be on at 10 tomorrow. So
the famous fairy tale panel.
The famous fairy tale panel. I'm not feeling wiped, but like I know that if I don't go to bed soon, I will be wiped.
to all you viewers and listeners out there, you can tell that Z's ready for his fairy tale panel because look at those arms. He's obviously been doing the thousands of push-ups that we talked about. That totally legit happens. Absolutely no lies in that
I
statement.
assume that was from curling books.
There's just something I want to get in here and say really quickly. This is Z, this is T, I'm G, and this is Evan, aka the GOAT.
I gotta be honest.
Look.
Whatever.
You started us off.
Oh yeah, I guess it is my fault.
We could always do a little cutaway. Just really cut in
not happening.
There's no
Star wipe, the classiest of the wipes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. I'm gonna jump to some questions, some quick questions, hopefully.
Sure.
Biggest regret of the day.
Not going to Black Books Academy.
Okay. I was gonna say somebody saying not going to enough panels, not cutting it, but not going to a panel.
I was
panel?
really interested in that particular one. I
Okay.
was just like, I couldn't think. I was so hungry.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
I took him to dinner.
Yeah.
You enabled me. Yeah, what about you two?
I was probably going to say the exact same thing. The Shintoism panel seemed interesting. I
was also interested in that.
Gone to a few on religion and anime, but they were all kind of too broad.
Yeah.
So since the Shintoism panel was specific, and since it was, it had a special guest panelist.
Yes.
That would have been really good, and I missed it. So, but I would probably go with Black Folks Like Anime too. I had seen it on the schedule in previous years, and I thought, okay, well, whatever. And then when I read the description, I'm like, oh, this is kind of like about discrimination and racism, and I'm like, this could actually be really interesting.
Representation too.
We'll see. It's been 8 years running, so we'll get to it next year. I also, unfortunately, did not get to go to Naomi Noichi, but I understand that you did.
I did, yes. Before I talk about that, my biggest regret, I guess I have two.
Just swat my Segway just onto the floor.
Shattered to a million pieces, like the moon. But anyway, not going to the Shinto panel, but also not being vocal enough about a Kelvin and Hobbes cosplayer, because my camera died. I still had a camera, and I just kind of meekly pointed out, oh hey, Kelvin and Hobbes, but then didn't make more of it.
So Calvin Hobbes cosplayer.
Yes, Kelvin and Hobbes cosplayer. If you're out there, wear the costume again tomorrow, please.
You are Z's MVP for Friday?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Also, to kind of revive the segue to sweep.
Whoa, are we gonna just skip over Goat here?
Okay, fine, go for it.
Like,
go
how
for
about
it.
we Goat say what he regretted the most, so
What do
we
you
can
regret?
record it immortally on
Ooh,
on
okay.
I don't think
film.
I don't think the goat has much to offer. I think I pretty much already touched on the fact my greatest regret today was showing up. Yeah, it was showing up so late. I mean, I missed. I was checking into the hotel when you guys were starting your panel on networking. And, I mean, while there wasn't that much going on with the con before then, it certainly would have... You guys were here at, what, 1:30, 2 o'clock?
Yeah.
We were here early. We didn't get in until about 3.
No, okay.
My experience last year, I didn't get here till 8 or 9.
Oh, yeah, you were super late last year. That's so
I'm glad for that.
I don't think I missed that much, but it's just like, it feels like I've absorbed a lot less this year, or maybe it's that at this time last year, I felt like I'd seen I measure by cosplays, obviously.
Yeah.
It's like, how many amazing things have I seen that have just like really caught my attention and grabbed my imagination even. And I can honestly say I've had so little time to walk around today that I've seen next to
The
nothing.
Calvin and Hobbes cosplayer was definitely my MVP, but there were these two cosplayers. One that was, I guess, like a dark angel because she had a black dress on and black wings, and the black wings extended maybe 2 or 3 feet out on either side, full feathers, everything, plus the tips, like the back maybe third of each wing, moved as she walked.
Oh.
Wow.
And then there was a similar cosplayer, I don't know if they were a pair, but a similar cosplayer with a white dress and white wings.
Oh.
And
That's cool.
yeah,
I have
super
to-
elaborate.
I have to admit, you said
Really
Dark
awesome.
Angel, and right away I thought Space Marines. I got really excited there.
No, just literally an angel with black wings and I guess a black robe, so to speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, this is a silly question.
Costume.
Does it look like my camera's falling over?
No,
Falling over?
it's been like that the whole time.
Okay, cool, great. Disregarding that entirely. My actual question, biggest win so far? Like, biggest, like, yeah, we did this, or this was awesome, or this was great.
I thought I had a rock solid segue, but that was just
Let me sweep that
tossed
segue.
onto the ground. I just do it.
I'm just
Just
sweeping the
just
segue
do it, Z.
back together.
Hey, I heard that Z went to Nomi no
No,
Ichi.
no,
Gee,
no,
great
no.
segue to
Don't worry, there's some pillows over there. You can suffocate me with them.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
No,
If I don't show up on tomorrow's segment, we'll know.
Oh, you'll be there. It'll just be like totally weekend at Bernie's.
Anyway, I found something at Namanoichi that I've been looking for a while.
Oh.
That is a exclusive to one single store and was out for only a very brief window of time and is now totally impossible to find unless you import it.
Is it a...
I found this!
What?
That is special mention of the day.
Yeah. I mean, Namanoichi, it's kind of too bad that it's only 3 hours on Friday, but there are crazy good deals there, especially when you're in the last half hour.
Isn't that part of the mania, though, that it's only
Yeah.
open for 3 hours?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And like in the last 30, 40 minutes, people are like, I don't want to have to pack this up. Everything on my table's $5.
Continue.
And they'll just go mad like that. It's great. So yeah, picked up Ness. Finally, after a long, long time of hoping to find Ness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, also with Nomi no Ichi, it's random. So
Yeah.
maybe you find Ness, maybe you find a bunch of garbage.
Maybe.
Those are your options.
This is the only two options.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, since we're waiting for Goat to come back, G.
Yeah. Biggest win?
Yeah, like, thing that you're like, this was great. I'm glad I did this. Or like, just this is the coolest thing that I did or saw or whatever. Just like, you're like, F yeah. I don't know. Do we swear on this channel?
I don't know. It's not been established either way.
Fuck yeah.
I don't think it really.
No.
Well, there you go.
Line
There it is.
crossed.
Brought to you by the goat. I don't know. It's,
Spent too much time thinking about it.
it's, we didn't gel as much as we might have, but I found like hanging out and finding out about the guys from the Cup and Knuckles podcast
Yeah.
was really cool.
Yeah.
I hadn't done that before. Like contact, talking with other podcasters, what their experience was. Like I don't
Yeah.
talk about the nitty gritty podcasting with many other people other than you guys. So being able to do that in person is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Sorry, what was the question we're on? I got
Biggest
Win. Like,
biggest win.
Yeah. Like, this was awesome, or like, I'm glad I did this. Just like something that makes you say, fuck yeah.
Getting here today? No.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot to work on, and I'm sorry for that, gentlemen. I mean, quite literally, I can honestly say that the most enjoyable part of my day today was sitting in on your panel.
Okay.
And
I will
take
take
it.
that.
Yeah. I thought, I know there was some criticisms around here or there, but I thought it was a very well executed panel. I thought you guys did great, all things considered. It was your first year running the panel, if I'm not mistaken.
First year for the panel to exist.
Yes.
As far as we know.
As far as we know.
Yes. So
Nobody correct us.
and
Nobody ever.
I need this.
given the attendance and the participation, I thought it was really well done. There was some some good points brought up. That being said, there were a lot of other conversation points that might have been touched on that maybe were missed. It's the kind of thing for developing for the future.
Yeah, but if we do it again next year, that'd be great.
But again, I mean, setting the bar anywhere for me on the Friday this year at least is hard to do. So, I mean, I don't have a lot to go to on that one.
Tomorrow's a big day.
Yes, tomorrow I have some making up to do.
Not set foot in the dealer's room yet.
Yeah, I haven't been in the dealer's room yet. This is a first for me for a Friday.
Man.
Anyway,
I got 3 wins. The first one,
win the first.
Win the first is, and we should definitely take a picture of this later and put it up on Instagram. This crazy ghetto studio that we've got going on here.
It was better when I came in, I have to admit.
Oh, you liked it with the
desk?
The whole
talk show?
the whole late night desk setup was awesome.
Tomorrow may appear different.
Yeah.
Yes.
So one, we're just recording this out of the suite in the Sheraton, and it looks fantastic. My phone is currently sitting on top of a selfie stick and a tripod, which is working fine. So that is win number 1.
The future is now.
The future is now. This is what the future has in store. Future show.
The Nickscast.
I can say that
rocketing
because
into
it
the
no
future.
longer exists. Okay, that's win number 1. Win number 2. 2 panels down. Both of them went really well. Fan networking went well.
Yeah.
More well than I was expecting, considering we basically had 10 minutes of content that we stretched into 20 minutes of content, and then people had a really good time and met other people.
Yeah.
And third win, I injured myself yesterday, and I haven't made things worse. No, well, I'm things are getting better, and I'm at the con. So
how many steps are you in?
I think I got almost 20,000 yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So those are my 3 wins.
Wow.
Big wins.
Big wins.
All right. Do you want to do a quick MVP?
Most valuable cosplay. Wait.
MVC.
MVC. You have already selected yours.
Yep.
Right?
All right. I'm gonna go with the Daft Punk cosplayer. I think it's the Guy cosplayer.
Oh, I thought you meant yourself.
No. I was thinking of taking my helmet, which is sitting over there, and just coming out, doing really terrible. But no. This one guy had I think it's the Guy cosplay, or it's the man or something. Anyway, it was the gold helmet with the black visor. He had all the lights done up, complete with the gloves. It made me feel very sad about what I made. But it was really well done. I asked him some questions, but I couldn't understand what he was saying. It was just oh, how did you get it so shiny? It's okay, cool. Yeah. So that's mine.
My MVP would be guy we passed on the overpass wearing the Elecman costume.
What? That one was pretty
cool.
smooth.
Yeah.
Oh man.
If you're watching, I said I love your costume when we passed the overpass.
It was really well done.
I loved it. I love that he was a Elecman.
And the difficult thing about that anything Mega Man related, and I look the same way with, for example, Warhammer, is anytime you see those cosplays done, especially when you get to the feet and the boots where it does that weird belling thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people seem to have a hard time negotiating the proportions in terms of height and width. So you end up with something that looks really tall and stretched, generally speaking. This one was done really well. It was bang on proportions. It looked absolutely natural. I really liked them.
I can't wait to see Iceman, Fireman, Cutman, Gutsman, and Bombman up there.
If we can get the whole set, that's cosplay bingo.
That is cosplay bingo.
Anything that you guys want to add before we kind of wrap up?
Evans MVP.
Evans MVP.
Oh. I love how you just finished chewing these guys out for leaving me before.
Nope.
I would like to leave him.
So anyway, my MVP.
Yeah, I need to stay in shot, so...
You're still in shot. Just
okay.
Anyway, so my MVP again.
Wait, this is happening.
Showed up late. Haven't had a lot of time to walk around and see a lot of things yet. Plus, I think it has always been my belief that all the good cosplays come out on the Saturday. But I've seen, and I mentioned this to the Nicks already. I've seen a lot of Digimon already this year, and every year there's a theme. Every year there's that one cosplay that comes out more than anything else, and I honestly expected it to be something like One Punch Man or what was the other one last year that was a big one?
Kill la
Kill.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those.
I've seen some Kill la Kill. I've seen a couple of One Punch Man.
Yeah.
But so far, a lot of Digimon, and I'm told there was an anniversary this year that might be responsible for the resurgence.
I think so. I think they released a new series where it's not a redoing of the first season, but it's like a reimagining kind of. It's the original cast and the new animation and everything.
Lore, fam, lore. So,
Wow.
basically, I've been aware vaguely of it on Twitch where people are just talking about it for no reason whatsoever, but they're talking about it more, and it's been turning up. So now I'm seeing all these cosplays, and I saw like a Kabuterimon, I saw an Ogmon, I saw a Greymon. Well, of course, Greymon is just Ogmon evolved, but I remember
more
that.
information than I had.
I remember that. Yes. Okay. So, anyway, I for now I'm going to go ahead and give the tip of the hat to Greymon, because that one was actually like, I don't know if anybody remembers, but like Ogmon is a little tiny dinosaur dude, looks kind of like a big-headed Charizard,
Yeah.
and it just gets bigger and bigger, and Ogmon's got the big brown like skull casing with horns and stuff, and actually done really well. I was impressed. So
Cool.
hey, there you go.
Nice.
And even if it is an old character, it's a resurgence, and it's they're riding the wave. So
Yeah.
credit.
Yeah. Right. Closing
Remarks?
statements.
I will do more tomorrow.
You want to close before I do?
What?
Nothing.
We're coming for you tomorrow.
I'm coming right now.
I am cutting this.
It just went from Nickscast.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. We'll all do more tomorrow.
Bye.